we have to understand is that the humanity of Black people and how much longer and when will justice be served?
Jacob Blake's family say that he is handcuffed to his hospital bed even though he was paralyzed. What's your reaction to that, and what does that say to you?
I think that Jacob Blake, given the fact that he was shot before his 3 children, and we still don't know what the alleged crime was, has already paid his sentence. This is quite the sentence. I don't know what could have been the crime, but I know it certainly wasn't almost risking his life, worth of him risking his life, and it certainly wasn't worth them paralyzing him from the waist down. So I think it's inhumane, it's cruel, and it demonstrates that this law enforcement agency, and far too often all over the country, not even trained the same ways, not going through the same number of hours for training. It demonstrates that there has to be a new nationwide standard for policing, and most importantly, for protecting and serving all communities, not just the ones that you're not subjectively afraid of.
The US president has just made a speech and he talked about an unsafe America. He's running on a law and order message, saying that these protests, and I'm paraphrasing here, are a sign of violence, of extremism. How does the legitimate right to protest avoid becoming a pawn or a device used to justify the US president's message that Americans should be fearful?
What are you doing? Looking at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah, and I think, I'll be honest with you, I'm afraid. I've been afraid for 4 years while Donald Trump has been in the White House. I was afraid before he was elected when he called Mexicans drug dealers and rapists. That was during his campaign. I was afraid because I know that he was stoking the worst fears of people among us who are afraid of losing power. They've held on to power in treacherous and oppressive ways, and then the thought of even sharing power with people who look different than them, who live in different areas than them, who may think differently than them, scares them. And I think those are the tactics that serve to divide the country and have not served us well at all for the last 4 years. We have to go in a different direction. Our very lives depend on it.
Angela Rye, always good to speak to you. Thanks so much for your important perspective.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We are now going to hear from a woman who says